You want to get out into the streets and stroll around, enjoy the passeggiata in the afternoon, do a little shopping, and you have to visit the Pantheon, the most perfectly preserved building from ancient Rome with its original roof still intact about 2,000 years later. And then, of course, on to Trevi Fountain. Here you want to throw a couple of coins in the fountain, one to ensure your return to Rome, and a second coin for good luck in making a wish. Trevi Fountain is a hallmark of the Baroque style of sculpture, designed by Nicola Salvi in the early 1700s, perhaps inspired by a design by Bernini. Well, along with the art history studies, we want to bring our young students into the heart of modern Rome. And you can do no better than walk around in the streets and little back alleys of the neighborhood near the Spanish Steps. All around Piazza di Spagna, you have lots of good restaurants, shops, terrific people watching. And one of our favorite restaurants is Ristorante 34. Oh, this is a great spot. They have fresh pasta. They've got all sorts of meats and fish and chicken, of course, and salads, and as you'll soon see, terrific desserts. Popular restaurants like this usually fill up by about 8 p.m. So if you want to get in without a reservation, you show up right after they open, generally at about 7 p.m. And then you'll have no problem getting a table. But save some room for dessert. Even though all of the pastas and the main courses were fantastic, everybody is enjoying a nice variety of desserts and sharing the flavors. Nice thing about traveling with a group, you get to share all of the experiences. Rome in the evening makes a delightful stroll. It's very safe, it's clean, it's friendly, there's lots of people out, the shops are open. So by all means, take a stroll after dinner, get some rest, up early the next morning, have a nice breakfast at our hotel, and ready for another big day. Well, today we're going to be leaving Rome, got our bags packed, and we are pulling out of here, moving on to the next city on the tour. The next place we're going to bring you in the program is the Tuscan hill town of Siena. We'll be on our way to Florence later in our tour of Europe. This is an art history tour of Europe with some students from Punahou School, an art history class. They actually studied in a classroom for 3 weeks before taking the trip to prepare themselves, study up on such things as the Roman Colosseum. And before leaving Rome, we make a bonus stop at the Basilica di Santa Maria Maggiore. This is a remarkable church. It dates back to the 5th century, and it has been constructed and expanded upon ever since. It's noted for its mosaics and its side chapels and the beautiful columns and the classic basilica form of the church. There's a baldacchino over the altar in this case as well, and a particularly elaborate Baroque side chapel. This is the burial of Pope Sixtus V, and he was a very important pope in Baroque Rome because he was a great builder and constructed many fine churches and created many fine urban scenes and put up obelisks here and there. So he had his main architect design his own personal chapel. This is designed by Carlo Fontana. St. Mary Major, Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica is extraterritorial, which means that it's actually part of the Vatican State. There are half a dozen parcels of property scattered in Rome that are not Italy, but they are part of the Vatican instead. This is designed after that classic ancient Roman style of the Basilica, dating way back to the 5th century AD. The gold in the ceiling is said to have been brought from the New World by the early conquistadors. And back on our bus and on the way to Siena.
We're going to start this journey to Siena and Firenze. So we're going to say, see you, come back soon guys. You only had an appetizer of Rome, I can say. It's like a big meal. This is only the appetizer.